Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today for modern dating here. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
That an entire friendship can be based solely on the possibility of fucking you. The second they figure out you're not interested or unavailable or they find someone else, that's literally it. They go from talking to you all the time or even being one of your closest friends to fucking crickets. And it makes me feel like...
But you friend zoned them. You knew exactly what they wanted from you and you didn't give it to them. And then you still expect them to stay. And now you're mad that they don't give you the same attention because you ignored them?
Like, I'm not good enough.
Everything was perfect while she was getting all the free attention and validation from the guy in the friend zone. But things changed when he moved on and cut communication. Now she is mad that he is no longer available. She didn't like the fact that he is no longer willing to spend his time and resources on her.
It's funny because before she'd probably like, oh, he's always there. He always wants to hang out and like do things. I know he wants some, but he's never going to get any. And then he leaves, ignores her, and then we get these videos.
He wasn't ready for it.
If the man you're dating does not have or want to have friendships with women, leave him. If he does not see value in relationships with women he is not related to or sleeping with, I promise you he is not the one.
I don't have very many female friends. Before, I literally had no female friends. I did not speak to women unless you were my significant other. It is just how I was. Nowadays, I do speak to women here or there. I have like cordial, like, I guess, friendships here and there, but I don't see anything wrong with men not wanting to be friends with women. There is literally not much of a benefit to us.
The dating scene is already confusing, and it seems to be getting even more complicated over time. She believes that women should leave their partner if he either doesn't have female friends or isn't interested in having them. We're constantly faced with mixed messages. On one side, some women prefer their partner not to have female friends, while on the other side, she is suggesting the opposite and even sees it as a red flag. But she doesn't consider that maybe he has distanced himself to protect his relationship.
Yep.
So I've been dating this guy for 2 years. And last night he said to me, "Why don't you have a boyfriend?"
Like the realization that she has, it's just like, wait, aren't you my boyfriend?
While she thought she had a boyfriend, he had another idea. She was placed in the friend zone for 2 years.
Oh, women.
Imagine spending years with someone only to be told it meant nothing. It was just a friendship.
I mean, this is why you discuss these things with each other.
That must be a hard pill to swallow. These types of stories reinforce the idea that our current dating scene isn't what it seems to be.
I mean, back in the day, if you were dating someone after 2-3 dates, technically you were dating steadily. You were most likely monogamous with each other, and that's just how everything was assumed. Nowadays, with the way hookup culture and everything is, you just assume that everybody's sleeping with everybody.
It's also another reminder for those who are planning to leave their stable relationship just because they want to check other options. This video makes it clear that things aren't as easy as many people think, but unfortunately, they come to this conclusion a bit late. Imagine if she left her stable relationship, thinking her partner would be easily replaceable, and then found herself in this situation. That alone would be a disappointment on its own. So, unless there is a real issue in the relationship, leaving can cause future regrets, just like in many cases we have seen on social media.
It's crazy that an entire friendship can be based solely on the possibility of fucking you. The second they figure out you're not interested...
But you know it is, and you allow it. That's the whole thing.
...or unavailable, or they find someone else, that's literally it. They go from talking to you all the time or even being one of your closest friends to fucking crickets. And it feels shitty. Like, I'm interested in having genuine, meaningful connections with people, and it sucks when you realize that all of that was just built on some shallow pretense. And it makes me feel like I'm not good enough. And I know that's not true, but I can't help but think, like, why am I as a person not good enough for you?
He cut off her free attention supply. So you are pissed that he left your friend zone? The place he never wanted to be at in the first place.
Correct.
Lost a friend zone wallet. Honest question. What do you contribute to the friendship?
Correct.
Lost your backup plan. If they ask you out and you say no, they are allowed to move on to the next. There is nothing wrong with this.
Correct.
It's not about you. It's about him taking the L respectfully
There
and
you
moving
go.
on.
That is probably the biggest thing, right? Is taking the L respectfully. Hey, she doesn't like me. I'm just gonna move on, pursue other avenues.
Instead, either being tortured hearing you talk about other guys, or B, bugging you to the point where you pity him. He made the only mature, grown-up move. Would you keep applying for a job that rejected you during the interview process? This isn't new for most of us. We have seen countless clips where they get mad after the guy they rejected for years move on and cuts communication. I really don't understand what they think. She expected him to be in that spot so she could benefit from boyfriend experience without having to be his girlfriend.
Correct.
But fortunately, even those who use the long-term game also have their limit, and it seems like he reached his. He is no longer willing to be a source of free attention and validation. He is no longer willing to spend his energy and resources on a person who isn't on the same page. The best part was when she mentioned it made her think she was not good enough.
Yeah, that's so stupid. Like, women somehow turn it to victimize themselves again. All of a sudden, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm the, like, no. You treated him like crap. You ignored him. You ignored his feelings. He moved on. What victimhood do you have? Literally.
That was rich of her. How could she be talking about being good enough when he was the one who was rejected? God knows for how long. You don't place someone in the friend zone and then get mad when he moves on. But we know why she wasn't pleased with it. She just lost her plan B.
Yep.
And this is something she probably didn't expect to happen. At least not this soon.
Or at
She
least
thought
this
he would be
particular
there
guy.
forever. But he had another plan.
I tried being friends with my ex one time and we were on the phone and the topic of opposite sex platonic friendships got brought up and I was like, I think that they can totally exist. I was like, I have so many guy friends I've never had a crush on, we've never done anything, we've been friends for years, like it would never go there. And he's like, yeah, for you it may be platonic, but as a guy they're just waiting for an open window. And I was like, that's so crazy that you say that because you had girlfriends when we were together, so you'd be kind of incriminating yourself right now. So I was like, see, I'm about to prove my point that they can exist. And then I was like, what about your friend Ashley that you used to call a sister, and like, you know, you guys were so close at one point, that was your sister. I was like, you're telling me you would have slept with her and you viewed her as a sister? Without hesitation, this man goes, I would fuck Ashley. I've never hung up a phone so fast. I was like, oh, I think you forgot that we dated. So that was so insane for you to admit to me right now. And that's when I learned you never try to be friends with your ex.
You asked for the truth and got it.
Yep.
Man stood on
He
business.
did.
He's honest, though. I would give him a second chance. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
True.
Me currently being friends with my ex. I dated a guy with a female friend once. That's his wife now. They definitely can exist, but it's very scarce. The positive aspect of the situation she just described is that she learned he's an honest man. With this revelation, she can no longer call him a liar. I don't understand why they still insist on claiming that we can be just platonic friends, despite the overwhelming evidence that most guys in that situation are simply playing the long game. I'm not saying it's impossible, but we all know it's rare.
It is very possible, but I think much more possible in the later ages in people's lives, like in their mid 30s, 40s. It's much easier to be friends with women or opposite sex. When men are in their like early 20s, sex is too big of a drive for majority of the time. It's hard for them to keep it in their pants or to think about you outside of their pants.
Because in most cases, guys who say they just want to be friends are probably not being fully honest. If we look closer, we'll often find that they want more than just friendship and are waiting for the right moment to step into the role of a boyfriend.
You're an attractive woman. There are some guys somewhere saying, yeah, we're friends. No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor. And trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity.
And you
Because
think
we're
most
guys.
men think this way?
99.9% of us think that way.
Yeah.
He is completely right.
I would say like 98%, maybe a slight percentage more that don't think this way, but majority of us do.
Right. As you get older, this can change.
Yes.
But when you are younger, 100%.
This man is on the same boat as me. Yes, as it gets older, it's easier for men. I don't think it's really a women's issue, it's a man's issue. We just see women in this such lust when we're younger. It's hard to see past it sometimes.
Believing otherwise is severely delusional. I've got female friends I wouldn't get with. They're attractive, but nah, Harvey is wrong. He should have been.
See, everybody's like, nah, it's not me. Shut up, dude. Most men are in this boat. And if any of those women were to be naked in front of you, ready to bang you, I'm sure you would not say no.
Having this conversation with his wife. Uncle Steve, you're just weak. Finally, we can agree with Steve on something. I know Steve has been on the simp side for a long time.
Yes.
And with that mindset, he doesn't often say things that make sense when it comes to this subject. But this time he got it right. He perfectly stated that most of those guys are just hoping and waiting for the right moment to step up. Honestly, I believe most women are aware of this. I don't think they naively believe the guys who want to be their friends are only interested in friendship, especially those who want to stay friends after being rejected. The reality is, they know these guys want more, but they play along because it gives them free attention and validation.
The biggest I did was have sex in the staircase.
Where was that? What staircase?
In my building.
Why you just didn't take him in the crib?
They didn't come in my crib unless they got to know me first.
So you can't go in the crib, but he can go inside you. Because you don't know him.
She thought she ate that. Men, stay in your daughter's lives.
Please.
But you let them in the most important building already.
Yeah.
So let's try to understand her thought process. She believes that unless the person knows her, they won't be allowed to go to her apartment. But interestingly, she gave him the other privileges a stranger shouldn't have. That was completely backward.
I mean, the top echelon of men have really screwed women over with this feminism and everything. They created the, 304s all over the place so they can, shoot their loads all over the place. Women have lost all of their decorum and demure.
It seems like her apartment is really valuable to her. Did you notice where her priorities are? This is concerning. The best part is that in her mind, whatever she said made a lot of sense. She really thought she was being smart with the security strategy she was using for herself and her property.
Like, imagine being okay to have him blast inside of you, but you feel a way about him just coming into your apartment. But he already came in his own way. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate it. I catch you later.